Good morning. I heard that 2026 was the year of the analog hobby, and I want to share my hyperfixation with you. This is English paper piecing, where you take pre-cut cardstock, hand sew them all together after you have covered them in fabric, and then you make these amazing tessellated patterns that can turn into quilts, bags, whatever you want to make. So I thought I'd share with you everything that I use that I find really helpful, and a couple of tips to help you get started if English paper piecing is something that you're interested in doing in 2026. So the first thing you're going to need is pre-cut paper piece templates. They usually come in a pack of 100. If you can, support local and buy through your local quilt store. However, you can get these online or at big box chains. So that is my 1-inch hexagon. You could try and cut your own pieces. However, these need to be so accurate so that they tessellate and you don't end up with a weird shape at the end. But if you have a Cricut, I definitely would consider getting something that is cardstock weight and giving it a go. To connect my fabric to my paper pieces, I use a Soline glue pen. This is a water-soluble fabric glue. These pens are also refillable. They generally come in a 2 to 6 pack. I just buy mine on Amazon when I need to restock. 50% of my projects, I use this white polyester thread. I find the polyester doesn't break or knot and tangle as much as others. This is entirely up to you. Some people will say if you're using cotton fabric, use cotton thread. It's your craft, do it how you want. I like 100% polyester, and I find white, even on very dark fabrics, if you're using tiny stitches, doesn't show up. The other thing I can't sew without is this thimble. The leather, they can be plastic, you can use a band-aid if you're just starting out. This one comes from Silicon Alley. I got it on Amazon. This is the best thimble I've found in about 4 years of English paper piecing. I have 2 pairs of scissors. These little ones are my thread snips. Larger ones I use for fabric. In terms of needles, I use an easy thread needle, which is incredibly hard to show, but essentially instead of a closed loop, it has a slightly open loop where you force the piece of thread into it and it interlocks. Personally, I use Sew Tite magnets. These are tiny little magnets that help hold my paper piecing together while I'm sewing. It stops a lot of hand strain. These are not necessarily cheap, but if you are just starting out, you can use a quilter's clip, you could use a paper clip, you could use nothing at all. It really is up to you how you want to sew. And finally, fabric. If I was just starting out, I would buy a mini charm pack in some really good quality fabric, maybe some Liberty fabric or Ruby Star Society. You could also use scraps if you wanted. Just to see how you go, you could cut up an old cotton t-shirt. It really is up to you. For this project, I've already pre-cut all of my pieces so that I can pick it up and go when I want. But for this pattern,